Hey y'all, hope you guys are good. I'm doing another chapter from The Hopeful South African, Loud Thoughts from 2012 to 2014. The chapter I want to do today is Money is Thicker Than Blood. All right, so this chapter is about how families are kind of redundant in this modern world. A lot of the time because people are materialistic. So you'll notice that sometimes um, you'll think people love you until you realize that they love other people with money. Now, a lot of times in the family, I've had situations where maybe I'm the one who's in a better position, and you'll see other relatives get treated lesser, like they're nothing, right? And it's all about the fact that I'm successful or I'm rich. And on the flip side, I've had situations as well where you can see someone is more important than me, you know? Whereas with family, you expect that everybody's supposed to be equal. Like the world can have a hierarchy, but in family, we're all supposed to be just be boys and girls, cousins and cousinettes, brothers and sisters. So Snoop had a situation which is kind of going through right now with his cousin Daz. They're part of a group. They made up a group called the Dog Pound, um, a family with some friends involved. And then he left the company and they stayed. So he said money is thicker than blood because they're not loyal to him. They're loyal to where the money is. Right. So that's what it's about. That's what inspired it. And to not waffle quite specifically, right? It's about how people will not be loyal to you all the time. And you have to assess that. You have to see throughout life if people, your family, stay solid no matter who's around. So I've had situations where around celebrities, somebody will treat me like I'm lesser than, you know. Now, when I say celebrities, I mean in the streets because it's multiple siblings, yeah, multiple family members around celebrities. So if say a Snoop Dogg was around me, around us, suddenly it's like they don't know me and they want to meet the celebrity. Some people bow down to people. Some of these are gangsters, local celebrities, guys who are supposed to be respected, um, and suddenly you're nothing. It's like, wait a minute, what just happened? And you'll find that sometimes, like especially with me, uh, there are people we've cut off a long time ago because they were not quite evolving at your rate. So it's been a while since you were around these people, so they don't really know you. You know, I've had friends like that, friends from university where we clash or something happens where you're like, okay, this guy, his economic situation changed before mine. He's changed, so I'm not around him. And then maybe you catch up, maybe you overtake him, but ultimately, when he feels like you now qualify, he wants to be around you. But you have to keep the same energy sometimes. But if you don't, you have to catch up because sometimes, because we aren't close, you don't know who I am anymore. And what's happened is you thought I was nothing, and now I'm something because I have money again. But you don't know who I am anymore. Sometimes you don't know that I'm as big as the guys you worship because I cut you off without fighting with you. So that's the thing, you know. And that song is it's from a song called Issues. It's from an album called The Last Meal. And the last meal was where you cut them off without fighting. You just stopped working with them. I had a thing in my circle of friends called putting people on the bench, which means I'm just not dealing with you for the moment. We're not going out together. We're not doing business together. Nothing together until you catch up, until we're on the same page. And so that's how I dealt with that situation of loyalty, of disrespect, disrespecting me for people who are better, family members who think they're better, family members who have money trying to run the whole show and forgetting about family traditions and culture, or just basic respect. You understand? We last meal them. It's the last meal. We do one more transaction with you, and then we move on. There's no need to fight, or don't need to fight like that. I mean, you can try and protest, but if you protested a few times and nobody heeded your call, you have to move on. And then it actually makes you stronger to find a bigger path. So even with Snoop, he says, "What am I to do?" It's a song. It's a Q&A kind of song, question and answer. What am I to do? I paid him no mind. Continue to shine. Everything is fine. So that's what it is, No matter what's going on, you're gonna be fine. And if you really say to yourself, "These people aren't with me. I'm on my own," that's when you really get stronger. So even in those situations, you don't have to fight and be enemies and fight for your position in the family because you're firstborn like me. Just let them do their thing, and you'll be all right. And my father's on the cover. This is one of the issues my father used to deal with as a firstborn, and I'm a firstborn. So I'm dealing with it differently because it's like you'll die waiting for people to respect you and recognize you, especially if they keep making more money than you. Just let go. All right. Peace.